So finally, what exactly interface is? Do find the common functionality, what exactly interface is, and when to use interface in a project. It's a common question for everyone. Mostly they ask in an interview. And next is abstract class. So first of all, the best answer in an interview is say start first with the interface, then you go for abstract class, then you can go for comparison and project level. Interface is primarily meant for finding the common functionality available in multiple classes. Interface is meant for finding the common functionality available in multiple classes of dissimilar type. Dissimilar. Don't say whereas in abstract, please. The first point, interface is meant for finding the common functionality available in multiple classes of dissimilar type. So that we can have multiple implementation for the same signature. We can have the multiple implementation for the same signature. And when we have multiple implementation for the same signature, should not be changed. The signature should not be changed. The signature should not be changed. Entry time in any organization, whether the peon to director, the signature should not be changed. Third point is, then we can pass the interface as a constructor parameter, assigning to properties, or passing as a method parameter to achieve dependency injection. It's called loose coupling. Fourth point is, interface can have the properties, it can have the indexer, event, and obviously abstract function. Abstract function. But by default, function is public plus abstract. So we cannot add these two keywords, abstract or public, before any function in interface. It's a by default. If you try to write, you will get a compile time error. Whereas abstract class do find the common functionality in multiple classes of similar type. Because inheritance is involved. And when inheritance is involved, you make a derived class as is similar to base class. And then you follow is a relationship factory pattern is the best example of abstract class because you make a product, then concrete product. So product is suppose your TV, or we can have multiple concrete product, right? So product and concrete product, the inheritance model. So when you find a common functions in multiple classes of similar type, SQL connection, Oracle connection, they are similar type because they are meant for database operation. So don't be confused, don't you mix the topic of interface with abstract. They have different perception, different use, one for making hierarchical relations and then finding the common functions. And when you make a multiple classes, they don't think for a relationship between those classes, you can keep an interface. If you go like this, it has a relationship. And if you go like this, it is a relationship. Now, apart from abstract class is a normal class. So we can have event, virtual function, properties, constructor, parameterized constructor, everything we can have the normal classes have, except only abstract function. I'm looking the abstract function functionality and definition only in my concern classes as a project manager and his team. It's just abstract class. So abstract class, you can say finally, is a lightweight interface only for its concerned class. Every Gaussian is abstract. And they stay in a society, so discipline, income tax, moving over a network, traffic rules are common for every person. There is no relationship at all there. Come back. I hope it's clear to everyone. You don't try to mix interface with abstract. Do find common functions in multiple classes of the similar type, and do find the common function of multiple classes of similar type. So database, if I say database, and if I say connection open and connection close, I'm finding these two functions only in similar classes which can represent to database. Then you go for abstract. Income tax is common for everyone, whether you are in IT, non-IT field, this similar type. Now come back, start practical for the interface. There is no comparison if you think like this, because they differ by the relationship, is common by the functionality. No. So I'm putting one interface is called iPlay. Now, so do find multiple classes of dissimilar type. Obviously, class football, and class hockey. So there is no a relationship between football and hockey. They differ by the business rule and business principle, only common by the functionality. And the best answer is when you have very good experience and at particular level, if you think interface can bind multiple classes with dissimilar nature in between those classes. But abstract class can bind the a similar kind of classes because overall abstract class is a base class, and you can make a derived class or similar to base class. You can't make any derived class not similar to base class. If I say IT is a top class, derived class cannot be Sanskrit or Urdu or Hindi. So derived class will be your which represent to IT. You think technically, fine. So give this program whenever you go for an interview. It's better example for an interview. Now remove, return. So I do play football. So come back, return football. Now here we have the hockey. So why you keep a function within an interface? Why you wanna keep a function within an interface? It's a brilliant question. Why you wanna keep a function within an interface apart from so the purpose of having the function within an interface? Whenever you find any function who is common for or common in multiple classes, so those functions are common in multiple classes. They should not differ by the signature. It should not differ by the signature. Overall, it gives you consistency. It gives you consistent. Function signature should be consistent for everyone. Okay. So you will not find the exact definition over the net. It's better you find answer by your experience. You're going to go for interviews. Now, and the best part, if you think again you will have different answers. You simply when to go for interface. Why I expose my actual class who is implementing the uh, functionality. Like I'm a tailor master. I'm having 3 workers who works for me and customer comes. So I do take a measurement and I can pass to my worker. So my intention is I should not expose my worker to the customer. So overall, it gives you also one kind of security. That's most important answer. So it also gives you high end of abstraction because you don't want to expose your actual a person who works for you as a stitching. So my mechanic, my runner, I can't say runner, my worker, they do stitching. I can take only order for signature. I can take order for measurement and we maintain the signature. And I can pass this signature to my any ex person go and stitch. But he can't alter the signature, keep in mind. So no. So overall, I have taken 2 classes, the hockey and football. They differ by the business rules, but functionality is common. It's called play and play. Now, make a user interface. a class called business logic layer. Business public class business business logic layer. So now pass the constructor. You have the choice where function can return interface or you can pass uh, interface as a constructor parameter. And you give. And the best part of interface is it supports a polymorphic nature. The best answer because you have one function called play, or you can have multiple implementation for the same signature, polymorphism. The same function is redefined by multiple classes. And customer comes to show the interface, he can decide, he can move to football or he can move to your hockey. You can give this kind of option. So overall the interface also gives you decoupling. Several answers. It comes by the practice, comes by the experience. So pass IPA. Beautiful. And now, so assign distance this dot temp is equal to local object. So assigning the local object to a stance object. Now, so make one more class, public class custom. Look at, so overall interface gives you high end of security, high end of security. You have designed the topology in such a way that the customer cannot communicate to the actual implementer. He has to communicate to tailor master, and tailor master responsibility is it forward the request to his own member as a worker. So public customer public static void main. So customer can have the option, and you provide the option to customer whether he can choose, whether he can choose he wanna go for a play football or play hockey or play chess. You should give this kind of provision to customer. Now, then you can be decoupled, fine. So customer instantiate the business logic. So val obj is equal to new. Look at. So whenever customer instantiate the a business logic class, so he can have an option. He can have an option. He can go for the moment if I go for giving an order, if I'm having the menu, I can place an order. So I can have the option, fine. So I veg, I non-veg. So if I go for I vegetable, we can have multiple items for representing to your vegetable, right? And so now look at this time, at this point. So you are giving an option to customer. He can choose whether he wanna go for play football or the cricket. So look at new football, right? New football. Beautiful. No. Customer says, no, I don't want to go for football. I wanna go for cricket. Good head. I wanna go for hockey. Yes, good. This is called loose coupling because we're giving an option to customer to choose either hockey or either chess or football. Okay. But you have only two class, so you can't go for choosing at this time the football, cricket. Then you can have the function public return type is called iPlay and result. Return yeah, right. So customer has chosen the option. If I want to go for play hockey, I should get a result as a hockey. So obj dot result. Okay. And you can assign to an object of iPlay type, or we can go for where. So where can decide. So output. Complete decoupled. Decoupling is there. So console dot write line output. So finally, one interface, and we have two classes, one called football and second called hockey. I can have one more class, multiple classes. So you define the infrastructure in such a way that customer can have an option. He can go for choosing the football or he can go for choosing the hockey. So I'm having the interface called iPlay, right? And I'm finding only the common functionality in between two classes. Fine. I'm not basically finding as a behavior is common, is my part, is my derived class. Sorry, you take a decision as a judge. You take a decision not according to your concern or your similar type. Sorry, your decision should be independent and not there any kind of things comes into picture. Take a strong decision and pure decision, right? So let me make one more layer. So this layer can communicate to is called service layer or business logic layer. So now this layer can have the constructor, and within a constructor, suppose if I'm passing constructor, and by the parameter I'm suppose I'm passing the football class, it's a tight coupling because customer only can go for football, and if I pass the parameter as a hockey, then customer only can go for hockey. Oh, it's a tight coupling. Please don't pass either football or the hockey. When interface is associated to multiple class, it's better you can pass this interface name is called iPlay as a constructor parameter. iPlay. Then customer can go for instantiation of service class, or he can have the decision, the option he can go for hockey or a cricket or football, chess, because you can have multiple classes. Just a plug and play. Just a plug and play. It gives me an option. No, 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 I want to go for this, I want to do this. So tomorrow this interface having one more class called chess, then customer can think for chess. Good. So finally, come to .NET Build. dir cd now compile. Thank you. No error. .NET, but so I'm getting hockey. So I want to go for, let me decide. I don't want to go for hockey today. I want to go for football. Yes, you can decide. You can decide. Thank you. I want this kind of flexibility. I can decide. Okay. Show the output. Thank you. But Sandeep sir, do one thing. Now, do you think it's a completely dependency injection? So passing the constructor, passing the interface as a constructor parameter, and you're giving the option to your customer. He can go for choosing the football, or he can go for choosing the or hockey or chess, whatever. But still, there is a dependency. Why customer is writing a new operator? Okay, okay. So customer should have the privileges. He can go for choosing the football, or he can go for choosing the cricket or hockey or chess. But customer should not involve for memory allocation. It should not involve for memory allocation. Okay. So in this case, you should have the IOC container. IOC container. So customer can have the option, but customer should not be responsible for memory allocation. So overall, memory allocation should not done by the customer. Only can go for choosing an option. So then who will do memory allocation? You go for the IOC. Okay.